Hey everybody, Vloggy Poncho here. Today is Tuesday, June 11th. Actually, I'm going to start weighing in again because it's going to become another goal. And I'm weighing in at, amazingly, 179.5 pounds, which is less than I weighed before my 3 weeks of sitting at a desk in my parents' house. So I actually managed to lose weight by doing nothing. But I don't expect that trend to continue. Anyway, I wanted to turn the camera on today just to say something awesome about living alone and having like your own space is that it's your space and you can do things the way you want to do them. So if I want to put a glass in the freezer for a few hours and get it nice and chilly so that my beer is really cold with dinner, I can do that. So today I want to talk about a couple things, but first I gotta eat the spaghetti I just made. That was pretty good spaghetti. And to answer the question I'm sure many of you have, beer with spaghetti? Doesn't this peasant have any wine? Well, the answer is no, not yet. But I do have nice cold beer. So today I want to talk about... I'm not going to give a tour today because I'm not quite ready to display the place yet. I've only just gotten here. I need to live in it a little bit longer so I can give a better impression of not just what's in the rooms, but how I use the rooms. I mean, can I really give a tour of a bathroom that I've only pooped in twice? I need more experience with this place before I can really show it off. But it's coming soon. There's one thing that I can talk about today, and that's this strange phenomenon that I've happened upon that no one warned me about. It's strange. When you're young and you have school, when you're school age, I guess I'll say, you have deadlines. You have a known end point. When you're in high school, your goal is to graduate high school. When you're in college, your goal is to graduate college. When you're in the 4th grade, your goal is to get to the 5th grade, right? So you always have a goal in mind, and it's never more than 4 years away. Maybe for college 5, but still, it's very, very close in terms of the length of your life, and it's easy to plan. Say, oh, I've only got 1 year of college left. I better look for a job. Because I have this I have this big ending coming up that I have to be ready to end at, or whatever the verb for that should be. But now, I find myself completely lacking an end point. I mean, obviously I'm going to die someday, but that's so far off it doesn't even feel like an ending yet. And I don't have a final date. I've graduated from college. I've got a job. It's not a temporary job. I can work here as long as they'll have me and as long as I want to, which, if I wanted to, could be the rest of my life. If I so desired, I could live in this city, working at this job, and hell, if I really wanted to, in this apartment for the rest of my life. And that's sort of a powerful realization that there's no ending, there's no final point in this timeline. And it's really strange because I don't feel like I live here yet. I don't feel like it's my apartment yet. And that naturally lends itself to me feeling like I'm on vacation or I'm borrowing it from someone or it's just for the summer or whatever. Like when you go to study abroad or something like that. You have a place where you live for 2 months or whatever, but it doesn't ever really feel like home. And you never really get settled in because you know you're going to be leaving in a couple months. And the whole time you're there, even though you're the only person who lives in your space, even if it is just a bedroom or whatever, it doesn't really feel like it's yours because you know you're not going to have it forever. Whereas with this apartment, I could feasibly live in it as long as I wanted, and that's a real possibility. An unlikely one, considering how most people's lives go. You don't tend to live in the same place your whole life, but you do live in one place for a while, and then you move somewhere else for a while. But at this point, I have no idea how long that while is, and that change really is something I have to get used to. So it's weird. It's weird to say the least. I keep walking around expecting, my parents to come back and me to go back to their house. Not that I'm, longing to or anything. It just seems like that would be the logical conclusion. Because every semester of college, when I finished my final exams and I was done with all my work, I go back to my parents' house for, a month over Christmas or 2 months in the summer. That was the natural recollecting point. as where I would return to when my work was done. And now, although I do have time off for Christmas, it's not like I have to go to my parents' house. They might not be there. Like they said, they might be on a Caribbean cruise. So, what do I do for Christmas if I can't go to my parents' house? It's like I have all these questions. It's like, whoa. And all of these regular routines that have now been seemingly completely ended. Whereas I like all these things have ended, but at the same time, I have this new open-endedness to my life where I don't know. It's really hard to describe. But the weirdest thing to me is walking up and down these hallways and being, or hallway, if there's one. It's not a mansion, it's an apartment. And just trying to get used to the fact that it's my place, which has been made harder by the fact that I keep getting the previous tenant's mail. That's life. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Tomorrow I get my internet back. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Like I got an appointment with the Comcast technician from 8 to 10 a.m. So I gotta get up early and get my internet installed. Well, I guess it's a good thing. I have to get used to getting up early anyway, which has been going pretty well so far. So one way or the other, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and you'll see this tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.